Good evening, everyone. We are live from Weingart Stadium, located on the campus of East Los Angeles College here in Monterey Park for the home opener of East Los Angeles College football. It is time for the Huskies. Tonight's opponent will be Palomar College. Both teams enter today's season with a record of 0-1. Huskies looking to get into the win column. I'm Albert Robles, bringing you all the sights and sounds for tonight's game, and joining me on the call is the OG, the old guy, Mark Pavlovich. Palomar won the toss and elected to defer, so East LA will be returning here to start today's game. And with a really strong return to kick things off is number 0, Jamar Craddock. Took that out to about the 48-yard line, actually officially marked out at the 46. So Huskies are going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line.
And Albert, that they had set up a great wall on that one on the far side of the field. For a second there, you were looking for one more block.
Huskies' first play of the day is going to be a handoff to number 4, Thomas III. And he's going to get tackled for a loss of about 1. So 2nd down for East LA.
Smothering defense by the Comets when you look at them out there. And they played the first half well against that Ventura team last week.
It's another handoff up the middle towards the left side. That was Thomas III yet again. Gain of about 6, so should be about 3rd and 5 coming up.
Some of those offensive linemen, you got Stanley Roball out there, Kendon Jones, along with Jimenez, Ponce, and Quineda.
And Logan Ebnett, the starting quarterback for the Huskies today, goes back to the handoff well to Thomas III. It's going to be a gain of about 3, so 4th down coming up. Huskies have yet to throw a pass.
And Albert, I got to ask you, a little surprised that not going to open up the game where you want to say, okay, let's go for it on this 4th down?
I'm not that surprised. Huskies have not had the best of luck trying to convert on 4th down. But I am surprised they didn't try to throw the ball at all. I mean, considering, Logan Ebnett in the first game of the season last week went 25 for 38 and, threw for 293 yards. It's been a while since any Husky has thrown for that amount of yardage in any game from what I can recall.
Nice little punt, though. You've got to admit it, Albert. I mean, they down him at the 10, so great starting position for East LA defense.
Yeah, great kick from Zachariah Abram. Pinned them back at the 10-yard line.
This is a team last week against Ventura that put up a lot of yardage, came up a little short against Ventura, but they have a running back that can go after it, and they can throw the football. We'll see how the defense for East LA handles a very potent, I'm going to say a potent Comet team.
And I have to agree with you there, Mark. KJ Chatham, 21 for 34 in last week's game, 218 yards. Longest pass was for 36 yards and threw for 2 touchdowns. And on the rushing side of things, Chris Bosch, 19 attempts, 183 yards, average of 9.6 yards per carry. And he, too, also had a rushing touchdown. His longest run of the night was for 52 yards. So look for him to be a pivotal factor here in the Comets rushing game.
I missed the penalty on this one. They moved it back all the way down to the 5. I did not see a flag on the play, so I missed that.
So it'll be 1st and 5 from the Comets' own 5-yard line. Handoff run up the middle, just short of a 1st down. Gain of about 8 will be 2nd and 2 coming up.
And, of course, you want to look at ELAC itself. big defensive team out there on that line. So we'll see if they can handle the offensive line.
That was another handoff to number 21, Chris Bosch. Already given the opportunity to Bosch to show off his legs, and looks like they're going to mark him just short of the first down. It looked to me like he had gotten the yardage. Or are they moving the 6? Yeah, okay, yeah, they did move the 6. So 1st and 10 for the Comets. Looks like he just cleared the yardage necessary to convert. So 1st and 10 on their 16-yard line. Pass Prince and Anderson is complete. Gain of about 3. So 2nd and 7 coming up. And KJ Chatham was the starting quarterback last week. Today, it's actually Jacob Harris. Another strong rush for Chris Bosch.
And as you watch Bosch hit the offensive line, you'll see him basically use his lineman as a shield, and then he withers off of him when the hole opens. Nice running, confident running, and taking his time making it through the hole.
Step back pass down the middle. Looks like they were trying to hit Jathan Barahano. Pass goes incomplete. So Comets fail to convert on 3rd down. They're going to punt it back over to East LA.
Nice defensive stop by East LA.
Strong punt from the Comets. Going to pin East LA at about the 22-yard line. Officially going to be the 24-yard line, as indicated by one of the sideline judges. So Ebnett still in at QB for the Huskies. It's going to be a handoff up the middle towards the left side. Pyle keeps on moving and gets out towards the sidelines. And a sizable gain for East LA. Looks to be a gain of about 8. So 2nd and 2 coming up. And that was a really great run there by C.J. Bozeman for East LA.
Yeah, give it to Jones and Robles, the offensive linemen. They were getting people out of the way to open up that hole so he could get down the field.
Ebnett in the shotgun. Bozeman lined up right behind him. Another handoff. Can't find a lane up the middle. Does he have the distance to convert? Looks pretty close. There was a big tackle by number 4, Isaiah Strong. And a flag is on the play. It's going to be holding against East LA, so all that positive yardage, whatever it may be, it's going to cost them.
Well, you know, you look at those great holes there and you think it's a great block, and then you find out from the officials, well, I might have tugged on somebody just a little.
So 3rd and 12 for East LA. First pass of the night, up the middle, and is complete with flag on the play. Catch was made by number 5, Eric Stubbs of East LA. We'll see what the call is. So ineligible receiver downfield called against East LA. So that's going to back them up even more.
So you get that short little pass, and then you get linemen that get a little over anxious to help the receiver. And what they do is they release a little too soon before the ball is thrown. Can't wander more than 3 yards down the field. They're going to get you on it.
So 2nd and 19 for East LA. Here's a snap. Fakes the handoff. Ebnett throws it to the right side. Complete. That was to number 3, Jaden Thomas. Tackled by number 5, Lucas Valencia. So almost back to the original line of scrimmage here. 3rd and about 11 for East LA. 10 minutes left on the clock here in the first quarter. Ebnett scrambles, rolls left, keeps running, can't quite get to the sticks. Small gain of about 6. And it looks like we have an injured player on the field for Palomar. Slow to get up. Looks like that's number 90, Adam Farah. Athletic trainers quickly to attend the injured Comet.
You know, Albert, you looked at that last set of plays, and I thought for a second, because what they were trying to do is draw on the defensive backs for Palomar. They were throwing that short pass. I thought maybe we would have seen a stop and go, where you go up about 7 yards, you stop like you're going to turn, the defensive back bites on it, and when they bite on it, you take off down the field. I think you're going to see that play come into effect as this game goes on.
I think East LA did a really good job kind of testing the limits for Palomar's defense to kind of see like what they might be able to get away with here and there. I mean, definitely more plays thrown in this particular drive than the last drive, which was only rushing plays. But they'll kick it away on this one. Not the deepest of kicks, but it'll get a Husky bounce. It's going to get marked down at about the 37-yard line, and that is where the Comets will take over.
Well, both these teams are sort of trying to figure out what the other defense is going to do. We saw what this Comet team did against Ventura. So we'll see if that magic shows up here at East LA today, or we're going to see if the Huskies are just a little too much for this Comet team.
Harris with the snap, complete to the left side. That was to number 1, Furious Hoskins. And a nice sizable gain here for the Comets on the first play of their second drive of the game.
So the Comets went power on the right, shifted it to the left before the throw. So we'll see if that's a habit they have today.
Jacob Harris still in at QB for the Comets. No appearance yet for KJ Chatham.
And we have a conversation between the White Hat and the coaching staff for East LA. And it could be the time.
Yeah. The game clock to 9 minutes.
So
you like that,
looking to get a correction of the game clock. You are correct there, Mark. Game clock should now be set to 9 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Both teams still all have their 3 timeouts. And of course, we're still scoreless here in this game. quarterback ready. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. That was the number 21. Chris Bosch yet again runs into a pack of Huskies. No gain on the play. So great stop there on second down for East LA. It's going to be 3rd and 3.
Albert's trying to change the rules here in football. See, that's being a good Husky announcer. Change them in your team's favor.
Number 8, Vincent Landry running in for Palomar. Fake handoff up the middle. Pass just a little too high for Furious Hoskins. So an incompletion on 3rd and 3 is going to force a 4th down. And the Comets will elect to punt it away.
Well, I think, Harris, when you watched it, he double clutched because all of a sudden he saw somebody stepping in that direction. Tried to get the double clutch, bring it back, and make the throw. Was off on the play.
Back to receive the punt is number 1, Jonathan Alexander for East LA. And Huskies are going to let it go right past them, and Palomar is going to down it at about the 7-yard line. And that ball would have been a difficult one to return considering East LA is looking straight into the sun. So really smart kick there by Palomar to pretty much give it a nice high boot, put it into the sun, make it that much harder to see, makes it that much harder to catch.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the sunshine and the shadows out here on this field.
It can be a challenge. It's going to be a handoff. Running towards the left side. It's going to be some good positive yardage there for C.J. Bozeman. Gain of about 5, so 2nd and 5 coming up for East LA. Officially a gain of 6, so 2nd and 4. And another handoff to Bozeman. He runs right. And Ebnett knocked down to the ground. Looks like he was looking for a flag to get thrown. He's not going to get it. Gain of about 2 or 3 on the play. 3rd and 2 coming up.
So, Albert, let's see if they fake a dive and take a shot on this play.
Bozeman lined up in the backfield directly next to Logan Ebnett. No handoff. They're going to throw it down the right side. Almost a great one-handed completion. They were trying to get it in the hands of Damari Taylor, number 2 for East LA. And the Huskies are unable to convert on 3rd and 2.
I think that was an excellent call because you watched Palomar walking up to the line of scrimmage. People were going to bite on anything that's a run.
It looked like Taylor had the cornerback beaten, but just couldn't quite place the pass. And that's going to be a really short punt for East LA. Comets will take over on the Husky 32-yard line. And that has pretty much been a consistent weakness for East LA, and that is their punting game. Haven't always delivered the greatest punts when necessary.
Yeah, and that's something you'll see on the community college level. I mean, very good punters, very good field goal kickers are going to move on to D1, D2. Some may play NAIA.
Handoff is fumbled and picked up quickly by Jacob Harris. So a fumble by Chris Bosch, luckily recovered by number 10, Jacob Harris, going to be a loss of 5. 2nd and 15 for Palomar. So we'll see if East LA is able to capitalize. Another handoff to Bosch, gets tripped up.
Little surprised on the back-to-back runs there. Again, like with East LA, the Huskies, I thought they were going to pull that out of the belly and give it a throw.
So a loss of 1 officially on the play for Chris Bosch. 3rd and 16.
Defense for the Huskies making up for what was a short punt.
Harris gets the snap, throw up the middle, and a big hit on the Palomar receiver. No flag on the play. That was Furious Hoskins getting knocked down.
So you're telling me that was a fast and furious tackle, is what you're telling me.
That's not the pun I would have made, but it's pretty close to it.
Okay.
I was going to say Hoskins has to be furious about that one. But, you know.
Yeah, I like them both.
I do like yours as well. Don't hate it. So Palomar's going to punt it away here on 4th and long. And they're going to sky this one. And it looks like it's officially going to make it into the end zone, I think. It looks like Palomar's celebrating that they got it down on the 1-yard line.
Well, I haven't seen a wave for a touchback, and now we do. It looks like they're walking it out.
So officially a touchback, because like it did reach the end zone, but Palomar was doing their hardest to kind of get it back onto the field of play, but unable to do so. Would have been a heck of a play to actually do that. So Huskies will take over on their own 20-yard line. 5:22 remaining here in the first quarter. Scoreless between the Comets and the Huskies here. Ebnett takes a snap. It's going to be a handoff. Short gain of about 2. So Bozeman with the short gain, and we do have an injured Husky on the field. So we'll have a small injury timeout here.
So let's see when the offense comes back out there, Albert, if they're going to be much more aggressive on the pass play. They've tried running the football against a solid team so far. We've talked about the offensive linemen for the Huskies. Bunch of big young men that are out there that have done an adequate job so far. The thing we want to see now is that maybe fake dive, then I take 2 steps and turn, or even throw something on a wheel route to the running back, get him in open space against the linebacker, and see if he has the finesse to get by on that first step and then outrun everybody.
So injured Husky is Riley Miller, offensive lineman for East LA, 6'5", sophomore. Slow to get up it is, walking off the field on his own power, so that is reassuring to see. Hopefully he'll be able to get back into the game soon enough.
I've sent down my plays, so we'll see if we'll run it right here.
Ebnett takes a snap. Handoff once again to Bozeman and is stuffed by the Comets. No gain on the play. 3rd and 9 coming up.
And again, if you watch, they're going man-to-man on the corners. They're walking people up to the line of scrimmage, so the box is getting crowded. You need to make people start walking backwards. The only thing you're going to find that by doing that is airing out the football.
Pass goes over the head of Ebnett. And he's going to recover it at about the 4-yard line.
And Albert, you brought up the sun. Before that ball was hiked, the quarterback put his hand up to block out the sun. So
I was just about to say it, yeah.
I'm not going to say it was a great snap, but he may not even have seen that football, therefore he doesn't react quickly enough.
It definitely was a high snap, and that makes things, that much harder considering the sun is still setting. They're right there bathed in the sunlight, and you get these long creeping shadows at this time of day here at Weingart Field. Another short punt, darted back up the middle, goes out at about the 34. Looks like it's officially going to be marked at the 32-yard line. Flag on the play. And it's a roughing the kicker call.
So it's not running into them, it's roughing them. So now see, if it's only 5, now they're going to discuss. If it's just moving, it's running into the kicker if they're only moving it 5 yards. So that's running into the kicker.
Yeah,
that is not
officially
roughing.
running into the kicker, not roughing the kicker.
And there is a difference in the penalties. Now we get that from the booth.
So East LA going to re-kick. And we'll see if that 5 yards can make a difference in terms of a better punt. And a much better kick this time. Back to receive it was number 16, Dominic Hawk. Caught it at about the 40-yard line. Flag on the play. Took it back to about the 25. And we'll see what the penalty on the field is.
Oh, yeah, it's because he was hurt. Do you guys know who punted that one? 92?
So it's a block in the back.
Yeah, so block in the back goes against Palomar College. So that return yardage is going to go against them. It's going to take them back to the 39-yard line, which is about where the ball was returned from. So it might as well be a fair catch.
Yeah. And so far the defense for the Huskies, even though these short punts have showed up in this game, have been able to put up the brick wall and make sure nobody's getting any points in this first quarter.
Harris hands it off to Bosch, runs up the middle, gain of about 2 yards. Little over 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter between East LA and the Comets of Palomar College.
Muldrew makes the tackle on that one. And the down linemen so far for the ELAC defense playing excellent run block defense. Filling the gaps and not being moved.
One player to keep an eye on, Mark, is number 91 for East LA. As we get a nice pass up the middle, and it's going to go for a touchdown for Palomar. That was number 17, Princeton Anderson.
He runs a skinny little slant over the middle, and ball is put right where you need it to be. Great hands catch, and that's what you love from a receiver there. And, of course, Palomar gets on the board first.
Yeah, blows right past the defensive coverage of East LA. Great read there by Palomar to get on the board. Pending the point after. Snap is good, kick is up, and through the uprights. So Palomar takes the lead here late in the first quarter. 2 minutes, 37 seconds remaining. 7-0 is our game.
And Albert, realize on that one, it's a quick release. You get across the middle, and then what you do is, we saw it happen earlier in the game, he double pumped as a quarterback. That time you let it fly. You either make the initial first throw, or you're going to tuck it and run it. and he made that initial first throw a beautiful catch, and so the Comets are on the board.
And Palomar still kind of has the advantage at this point in the game, knowing that they're playing with the shadows. Any cornerback is still going to be looking into the sun on any pass. It's going to be that much harder. So I think Palomar at least made the correct call early on in this game, winning the toss and deferring. If I was East LA, I still probably would have elected to kick off, knowing that you would have had the advantage of the sunlight and shadows on your side. Deep kick into the end zone is going to go for a touchback.
So if you're a fan of the Huskies right now, you say, you know what? They threw that pass play on a slant pattern for us, a skinny post. Let's do the same thing to them. We've run the ball first, fake that handoff, and just say to your wide receivers, go get the football.
So 1st and 10 from the Husky 25. And it's a handoff up the middle, bounce off a defender. And is going to take it to the 30-yard line, gain of 5. That was number 4, James Thomas III, with the 5-yard run. Thomas III still lined up in the backfield behind Ebnett. Ebnett pretty much right in the beams of the sun. And he'll tell Thomas III, hey, line up over here, block the sun for me. Big pass up to the left side. Almost an over-the-shoulder catch for Jonathan Alexander. Incomplete. So 3rd and 5 coming up for East LA.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator.
And we get a substitution here. Bernardo Blanco in on the field now. And Thompson III lines up on Ebnett's right-hand side. Drops back. Wheels to the left side. And Ebnett's just going to throw it away. Flag on the play. The throw was made in the area of Jonathan Alexander, so I don't think it'll be intentional grounding, but we'll see if something else was seen.
Illegal receiver, downfield.
So the play is, the call was ineligible receiver downfield. That penalty will be declined, so 4th and 5 coming up.
It's a couple times now where the offensive line has just wandered a little too far down the field before the ball is thrown.
So Zachary Abraham goes back to punt. Still looking in the sunlight. Nice little laser kick up the middle. Takes a nice Husky bounce that is misplayed by number 16, but still able to recover. Runs to the sideline and gets a nice return back to the Husky 45-yard line. So Dominic Hawk showing off the legs for the Comets.
I was like you too, Albert. I didn't know he was out of bounds at the 50 because he ran down the field. I thought it was a little further.
So 1st and 10 for Palomar. Ball's officially marked on the 50-yard line. Harris complete to the left side. Pass complete to number 84. That's Kenalu Davis.
Defensive backs need to see somebody go out there. They need to step up, not be worried about getting beat deep yet in this game.
Flag on the play. Looks like they might have caught the Huskies jumping a bit. So penalty is going to give Palomar a first down. Harris scrambles to the right side, getting chased down by some Huskies. And pass goes incomplete to number 6, Michael Perry Mack.
It is so difficult for a lefty to roll to his right, try to reset his feet to throw a football.
You have to have really good hip control to be able to do that.
And you have to have a strong arm, too, because we're not going to set those feet and get those hips in the right direction. You're not going to put any oomph on the football.
So 2nd and 10 coming up. Palomar is on the Husky 39-yard line. Almost intercepted by the Huskies, goes off the hands of number 81, Micah Johnson. And we have another flag on the play. And we'll see what the official call is.
And it's
an eligible man downfield.
Got it, Albert. So you've got people that are leaking out too quickly. In other words, it's supposed to be a bang play. You do a 1-2-3 count as an offensive lineman. That quarterback must get rid of the football because you're going on 3 as a lineman.
So 5-yard penalty is going to make it 3rd and 14. Harris rolls right. Gets off the throw, is going to fall incomplete. Pass was intended for Perry Mack. So 4th and 14 for Palomar. And we'll see what they elect to do here. 23.6 seconds left on the clock. Looks like the Comets are going to stay out on the field.
Well, they've got the down marker as 3 across the way. So it's 3rd down.
Scoreboard says 4th and 14.
So across the way on the field it says 3rd.
Hard to say who's right and who's wrong here. And they elect to hand off. That's to to Bosch. Wrong running back. Gain of about 5. And that should take us to the end of the first quarter. As the seconds wind down here and zeros are now officially on the board. So that is the end of the first quarter. Palomar leads East LA 7-0.
Well, the first quarter that you look at, neither team was overly prolific on offense, to say the least. You did have the one pass play. The running game that we saw against Ventura right now for the Comets is not really manifesting itself, Albert. There's nothing there, and the pass game really hasn't woke up yet for your East LA Huskies.
It's absolutely very loose on both sides for each team. Palomar only had 2 first downs in the first quarter. One of them was on a passing play, another on a penalty, which of course came on this drive right now. East LA has yet to have a first down. 15 total plays for East LA, totaling 25 yards. Net passing yards about 6, so the penalties have definitely hurt East LA offensively. And Palomar is going to punt the ball away here to start the second quarter. And is going to take a bounce at about the 13-yard line. So that is where East LA will take over.
Well, I think the thing you look at being a Husky fan, you know that the air show is going to start coming out sooner or later on the offensive end. No real pressure from the Comets where you've got a quarterback running for his life yet to throw the football.
And shadows are pretty much completely covering Weingart Stadium now. Only a few little slivers of sunlight, but it's all in what is now Comet territory. That is a handoff. That's going to be taken for a first down. Handoff was to Thomas the third. So first down of the game for East LA. We'll see if they can keep that momentum rolling. Handoff to Thomas III, finds a gap up the middle, breaks a few tackles. That's good for a first down and some more. And that looks to be about a solid 16-yard gain for East LA.
And if you watch the offensive line on that, the Comets were coming. They were going to bring pressure. They thought there was going to be a pass. As an offensive lineman, you let somebody split the gap, and you take their momentum, shove them out of the way. That opens up the hole for the running back. Nice call again.
So ball officially marked on the Husky 37-yard line. So gain of 17 for James Thomas III. Tackle was made by Jason Bajeo for Palomar. And East LA going back to the rushing well as they hand off yet again to Thomas III. Gain of about 6.
If it ain't broke, don't change it.
So officially a gain of 5 on the play. So 2nd and 5 coming up here for East LA. Thomas III still lined up behind Ebnett. Fake the handoff, pass up the middle is complete to number 3, Jaden Thomas.
And Albert, this goes back. Running plays are working. You fake that handoff. You take one step back, 1001. You let it go if you're the quarterback and hope that end that you have out there will pull in the pass.
And really just a fantastic read by Ebnett to find Thomas running up the middle, breaking that coverage, and a big first down for East LA as they are now into Comet territory. Snap is fumbled and recovered by C.J. Bozeman, but that's going to go down for a loss. So 2nd and long coming up here for East LA off the big passing first down for Logan Ebnett. Pass was officially made for 31 yards.
East LA fans excited. Great turnout tonight.
2nd and 16 here for East LA. Looking to gain some of that loss of yardage back. Pass is handed off to C.J. Bozeman. Takes the ball back to about the 23-yard line, brought down by number 4. That was Gannon Stesiak for Palomar College making the tackle. 3rd and 6. And that's going to be a big sack for Palomar College. A trio of Comets making the sack. But I think the main credit there is going to go to number 99, Zaire Bush.
And as a quarterback, when you see them walking up to the line, not looking like they're going to bail out, but they're coming, you need to either be quick enough to check out of a play or look at the sidelines and say, hey, I'm taking a timeout.
it looked like there was some miscommunication there as Bozeman had kind of ran into Ebnett. So the play was already off to a bad start. So 4th and 12, Huskies going to go for the kick. Kick is up. Does it have the distance? It does, but is left of the uprights. No good. So officially going to be a turnover on downs. So Palomar College will take over on their own 30-yard line.
And Albert realized that was spotted at the 38. You add 10. That was a 48-yard attempt.
Which is not easy to do at this level.
No.
It had the distance, just didn't quite have the angle. So 10:21 remaining here in the second quarter. Harris looks left, and Hoskins can't rein it in.
Take my eyes off the football because I'm going to run with it. Whoops. Whoops. I guess I'm going to the grocery store with no change because I left my wallet at home.
So 2nd and 10 here for Palomar. They're going to hand it off, run into a pack of Huskies, short gain of about 1. So the defense has shown up for East LA, allowing only the 1 touchdown to Palomar College. And, of course, that really kind of blame it on the sun just a little bit on that one. But the Husky defense has held up. Pass up the middle, complete to number 11. Brought down by a number 14 for East LA. That was Nazar Reed on the tackle. That was Jathan Barahano with the catch.
If your offensive line gives you that much time where you could step forward, back up, and maybe read a book, you'll probably complete that pass.
Harris almost brought down by East LA. Try to throw a pass up the middle to Chris Bosch, but goes right over his hands for an incompletion. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And again, I like the pressure that East LA has had in this game. I think the defense is playing outstanding for these Huskies. Comets not doing what they did to Ventura.
Quick release by Jacob Harris goes incomplete. Intended pass looks to be for number 17, Princeton Anderson. So 3rd and 10 for Palomar. And we'll see what the Comets have up their sleeves for this play. Jacob Harris, plenty of time, throws to the right side. Almost intercepted by number 23, Jalen Green for East LA, but able to break up the pass nonetheless to force a 4th down.
You watch Green play the ball very well. He lets the receiver get to the end of his route, turn. Green breaks on where the ball should be thrown to, almost gets a pick on the play.
So deep high kick for Palomar. Number 1, that's Jonathan Alexander on the reception, and flags fly on the play. So we'll see what the official ruling is. So block in the back called against East LA. So that positive yardage goes bye-bye for East LA, but 1st and 10 coming up. Huskies will take over from the 8-yard line. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Runs into a pack of Comets. No gain. Here's the snap, another handoff. Bounce off a few defenders, gain of about 1. So 3rd and 8 coming up here for East LA. 8 minutes, 11 seconds left here in the second before halftime. See if East LA can get things rolling. They definitely had some positive gains in their previous drive, but unable to get on the board as they missed their field goal. Pass to the right side, complete for a 1st down. That's number 3, Jaden Thomas with the catch.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. Saw you down there doing your phone beating. A little bit of everything. Yeah. That's why I just couldn't say hi. Yeah, no, nice to see you, man. Yeah, the first I caught the ball was number 3. Number 3, yeah, I got that.
So 1st and 10 on the Husky 24-yard line. We'll see where Coach Bobby Godinez wants to go here. It's going to be another handoff to Thomas III. Breaks 2 tackles, goes up the middle. He's still rolling, just short of the sticks. Let's check this again on replay. Thomas easily met by 2 Palomar defenders, rolls to the right, breaks another and a 4th, and brought down. So a great recovery there by Thomas III to gain some positive yardage and another 1st down. It's not going to break up those tackles.
And again, when you watch a corner walk up on the line, know he's not going to cover anybody, or a linebacker that may be there, you as the quarterback have to realize, I need to change the power to that side of the field to pick up that rusher.
So fake the handoff, pass up the middle. No flags on the play. Pass was intended for number 1, Jonathan Alexander.
And again, pressure by the Comets.
So 3rd and 12 for East LA. We'll see what they try to do here. 6 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Ebnett to the right side. That's complete to Alexander for a 1st down. He gets out of bounds. So Ebnet finding Alexander yet again for some more positive gains. So 1st and 10 from the Comet 49. 5.5 minutes and counting here in the second quarter. Neither team has yet to take a timeout. And a big sack for Palomar. Ebnet brought down by number 66, Cole Nelson, the 295-pound freshman from Cactus Shadows.
And you're getting ready to throw the football, Albert. Next thing you know, somebody comes up, hits you. Holding onto the ball is an important thing to do. Give it to the man in that backfield all by himself. When he gets rocked, he doesn't give up the ball.
That's to Bozeman. He takes it to the 46. So 3rd and 7 coming up here for East LA. A little over 4 minutes left on the clock. Pass to the right side, completely misses Alexander. And that is going to force a 4th down for East LA.
But Albert, let me be redundant. You keep seeing them walk up to the line of scrimmage. You keep seeing them saying, I'm going to bring 2 or 3 extra people. Again, as the general on the field, when you see that, you need to either, because you have them, call a timeout and say to your coach, hey, they do this every time I get ready to throw. Or look for that quick out. Look for somebody that's open 2 yards down the field.
So East LA will elect to punt it away. It'll take a Husky bounce, and East LA is going to get a great punt out of Zachariah Abraham. They're going to mark this down just shy of the end zone. I'd say it's maybe like half a yard.
And so your punter steps up and does what you were hoping he was going to do all night long. And Albert, on that one, you couldn't ask for a better punt.
Absolutely. That is exactly what East LA needed at this point in the game. Just 3.5 minutes remaining. If you can at least get Palomar to go 3 and out, you might find yourself with some decent field position, knowing that the kicking game isn't exactly the best on either team.
You know what I'd like to see? Somebody stepping in front of a short pass and taking it in for East LA.
And with this possession, you know, we'll see if East LA can come away with a safety. They did it in last week's game. We'll see if they can come away with one here as flags fly. And it looks like they're looking for a false start, but, you know, how much yardage can you actually get here? And so the officials pretty much don't even bother moving the ball. Harris fires it away, complete up the middle to number 8, Vincent Landry the 4th. Brought down by a number 10, Justin Wyrick for East LA. And they'll hand it off here. No gain for Palomar. So 3rd and 2 with 3 minutes remaining. And it's a handoff, as expected, to Bosch. Can he get the yardage? Just barely, so that'll be for a 1st down. And actually, it looks like it was Giovanni Hart who actually got the yardage. He'll go off the field, and Vincent Landry will come in.
So watch a fly pattern on the outside, maybe an up and go.
2.5 minutes remaining here in the half. Pass is complete to number 17, Princeton Anderson, but quickly brought down. Second and 6. Harris drop backs, goes to the right side. Incomplete. Pass was intended for number 11, Jathan Barahano.
So you watch it again. I think Palomar, is this the time they play conservative on this down right here, big third down? Because if East LA can stop them, they will have an opportunity with 2 minutes to go in this first half.
And should have plenty of time to do so as well, considering they have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Harris looks left. Incomplete to number 8, Vincent Landry, who bobbles the pass.
And what's nice, that automatically stops the clock for you on an incomplete pass. Nobody has to call a timeout.
So 1:50 remaining on the clock. That'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. And I guess Palomar College has called a timeout as well. Although there should be just the 2-minute timeout now. I'm not quite sure what the refs are thinking here.
Well, they've got Palomar still with 3 timeouts up on the scoreboard, and they have East LA with 3 timeouts up on the scoreboard.
And we do have the clock reset now to 1:56, so they put some time back on the clock. It was at 1:50, now 1:56.
So, Albert, I think you got the right call. No timeout on the play.
Well, here we go. So Palomar going to punt it away. They're on their own 15-yard line. Kick is away. And a fair catch called on the 41-yard line. Pass caught by Jonathan Alexander for East LA.
1:47 to go. You got 3 timeouts. Albert, you don't have to just throw the football. What would you do so far on seeing this first half?
Well, I try to challenge them as best as I can. I mean, like, you've been running really well. I really want to see if you can try to increase the passing game. So far, a favorite target for Logan Ebden has been Jonathan Alexander. We'll see if he can try and diversify his targets a little bit more and catch Palomar off guard. Ebnet, pass. Alexander goes out of bounds. Quick, short gain of about 4.
If you're going to throw that short out, you've got to throw it quickly. You've got to throw it accurately because you have a back breaking on the receiver. If the ball is short, thrown in the wrong spot, call it 7 for the opposition team.
Pass again behind the receiver. That was intended for number 12, Cameron Jones. So 3rd and 6 for East LA, 1:39 remaining.
They really need a first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Ebnet keeps it and gets a short gain of about 1. And it's going to bring up 4th and 5 for East LA. So not exactly the drive you wanted here with so much time on the clock before halftime. And clock is still running, 1:15 remaining here in the first half, second quarter.
Surprised that the Comets are letting it click away.
Well, I mean, you're already up by 1 score, and they're gonna get the ball, coming out into the second half. They really, don't feel the need to try to do much here. So timeout called by East LA with 48.7 seconds left here in the second quarter.
So East LA has played well when you look at what's gone on. They've only had 1 defensive lapse in this entire game. They've stayed here. They haven't made any mistakes along the way. Their punter has now picked it up for them, and their passing game has become more prolific. So when you look at them against the Comets, they're doing well.
They've slowly stepped up. They just got to find those little seams here and there to really bring it home.
Saddleback currently over Citrus 31-21. That game's also here on SportsNetUSA.net.
They fake the kick. Abraham's going to run it, and then he'll kick it just short of the sticks. And it goes into the end zone, and flags are also on the play. I think he might have kicked it beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I thought he kicked it close to the 50. The line of scrimmage is there at the 46.
And honestly, I thought he had time to probably get to the first down. I mean, you might as well try to go for it. So looks like he was definitely past the line of scrimmage mark when he made that kick. And honestly, considering where the down marker is and where, the 10-yard marker is for the chains, he probably could have gotten away past like the 2 Palomar defenders that were actually there. Yeah, we're still waiting for what the official call is.
See where the officials are standing, Albert? This is where you had it. You said he kicked it right there. If you see across the way, which I'll give that to you, there's the first down marker. You make the judgment. Now, we're not out there doing it. That's different. But you would say, why not?
It's definitely close. I mean, at best, it's a touchback. At best.
So we'll see what the penalty is. Let the officials tell us. And I'm sort of wondering if they're all looking at each other. What do you call? What is that rule? Never had to call this in a game. Quick, call the booth and say, hey, what is that penalty?
He's like, what's the hand signal for that? Because I don't know it. I've never seen it.
Well, that's illegal.
Illegal kick.
Yeah, illegal kick of a football. And it's loss of down. That's the big oops on it. So they don't get to kick it again.
So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line for Palomar College. 35 seconds remain on the clock. We'll see if Palomar, elects to take a shot down. I mean, they'll get possession to start the second half.
No, I'm throwing it 4 times above Palomar.
And here's Harris. That's exactly what it does. Shot up the middle, incomplete. Pass intended for Jathan Bejarano.
Same thing again, Albert. If you're there, throw it one more time.
So 2nd and 10, 30 seconds remaining. Harris drops back. Gets hit, gets the pass away, and a tackle is made. Pass was made to number 21, Chris Bosch. Short gain of about 3 yards. And a timeout called by Palomar.
Yeah, so he gets it off when he's getting checked. It's basically a 2-yard pass and then a stumbling catch on the far side of the field. If you're an East LA fan, which we know you are because that's why you're watching this game tonight, your defense has played excellent football. They have made the big stops when they've had to. Your punter who had struggles at the beginning of this game woke up and said, hey, this is easier than kicking a loaf of bread. I'm going to do something for the team. And the offense, Albert, I'm going to say has been good. They just haven't found any magic yet.
Absolutely. I mean, Ebnett has clearly made the passes. Bozeman and Thomas III, they've made some great runs. They just need to find something to work it all together.
So let's keep the pressure from that defensive line, and maybe you can get the quarterback just to step up and let it fly at the wrong time. And we'll step in front of it and basically take it back 61 yards for a touchdown.
Harris drops back. Plenty of time. Flag flies. Gets it away, and it's intercepted on the other end. That's Nazar Reed with the interception, but we'll see if that counts.
It does.
Penalty
signal first down.
was against Palomar College, and that penalty has been declined. So it was holding called on Palomar.
Do you want me to keep being a prognosticator in this game? Because I can keep doing that for you. And, Albert, it was exactly what you and I asked for. Defensive line, go after him. Make him throw it a little too off balance and early. He does that, and then you get what we asked for, the pick on the play.
Yeah, so East LA had started to be forcing the pressure onto Jacob Harris, and finally it is enough to throw him off balance and force a turnover. 9.5 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 on the Husky 6-yard line, and a timeout on the field.
Okay, Mom and Dad, I know you're at home and you're all excited and you're saying, let's go throw a deep one. Let's just take it out here in the first half. Let's stay with that 7-0 lead. Your team has played fantastic football. They're in a game against the Comets, who almost beat Ventura. Let that second half dictate the outcome of this game. We had a couple scores from my friend and partner, Corey Nayland, behind me. Didn't get to see the Fullerton score against Ventura. 17-14 Ventura. So the Hornets are down by 3. They're up in Ventura. They're away.
And we'll have some more scores for you in just a moment. And so East LA will definitely take the advice of Mark Pavlovich and just run the clock and take it down to halftime. So not the best first half for East LA, but not the worst either. I mean, they definitely had some positivity there in the first half, but just couldn't quite bring it all together to put up a score. They definitely got into the red zone once or twice, attempted a field goal, shanked that to the left just a little bit, but some positivity nonetheless.
Yeah, Albert, you give it an A for this first half, because I know people I talked to figured Comets, who played so well last week, should just have a fun day today here at East LA. So far, the Huskies have said, we're here to play football, and if you can't play it, we're going to beat you in the second half.
And when looking at the statistics here and all the numbers, 6 first downs for East LA, 3 passing, 3 rushing, compared to 4 first downs for Palomar, 2 in the passing game, 1 rushing first down, And, of course, one came on a big penalty. Total plays, 36 compared to 32. East LA with 36, Palomar 32. Total yards, 135 for East LA, 103 for Palomar, so pretty comparable there. Total net yards passing, 75 for East LA, 84 for Palomar. Completions, 5 for 11 for Logan Edmonds, so really not letting it fly, but, fairly decent completion. 8 for 21 for Jacob Harris.
Yeah, and the one thing that the Huskies don't have is that interception. They have played solid, smooth football, and if they continue to do this, they have a very good chance to walk away with a victory.
Yeah, so hopefully they can come out swinging in the second half, or at least come out defensively swinging, since Palomar will have the ball to start the second half. Looking at some scores across the 3C2A here on a beautiful Saturday night. San Francisco victorious over Sequoias 24-21. Golden West defeated Riverside College 42-35 final. San Mateo 24 over Reedley. They finished the score of 7. Sac City versus San Jose. Sac City wins that one 31-27. Gallivan at Feather River College, and pretty much you could have went home early on that one. Feather River just dominates Gavilan 61-6 final. Los Medanos versus Coalinga College 41-20 final in favor of Los Medanos. Siskiyou versus Merced. Siskiyou, again, strong game for them, 46-7. De Anza College shuts out Contra Costa 31-0. And Modesto defeats Santa Rosa College 27-20. And some other games currently in progress. Mount San Jacinto currently leading Long Beach with a score of 38-20 with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Game just underway between Victor Valley and L.A. Pierce. That game is 7-0. Well, let me actually refresh the scoreboard just to make sure it actually is what it is. It's still 45-20 between Mount San Jacinto and Long Beach, although now it's 4 minutes remaining, so good for me to actually refresh that. American River at Diablo Valley. That score is 24-31 in favor of Diablo Valley. 5 minutes left in the third there. Sierra leads Fresno City 31-17 with a minute and 29 seconds left in the third quarter there. Allen Hancock at Bakersfield. Bakersfield leading 12-7. They're just getting things underway in the second half. And Chaffee currently shutting out Santa Ana 17-0 with a minute 20 left in the second quarter. West LA leads Antelope Valley 28-14 with half a minute remaining in the second. And Santa Monica College shutting out Compton 42-0. Minute left there in the second quarter. And, for Compton, not the greatest of starts.
No, tough year. They had a horrible game last week. It's time to relook at the athletics over at Compton.
Yeah, it's always a rough time to see any of their programs. You definitely want to see that they have a program, but you also want to see some modicum of success, and Compton, unfortunately, has not been able to do that as of late. Saddleback leading Citrus College 31-21. They're into halftime now. Canyons is playing at El Camino College. That game tied 3-3 and just getting the second half underway. And then Fullerton trailing Ventura College 21-24. Just a couple seconds left there before halftime. So pretty close game there for the Hornets. We'll see if they can make the most of that game on the road. And that's about it, really. There are a few other scores, but my voice is tired.
All right.
So it is halftime. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. You're watching Husky football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. So we're back for the start of the second half. Here between the Huskies and Comets of Palomar College. We're live from Weingart Stadium, located on the campus of East Los Angeles College here in Monterey Park. You're watching this game right here live on SportsNetUSA.net. I'm Albert Robles, Mark Pavlovich joining with me on the call as we get a big return to start things off here in the third quarter for Palomar College. Ball returned back to about the 45-yard line, so that is where they will start things off here in the second half.
So we'll see what the Comets can bring offensively. We know what they did last week against Ventura. Came up just a little short in that game. And being a Husky fan, your defense has played very well tonight. Let's hope they continue into the second half. Hold the Comets down to nothing so the offense can get everything rolling and come home with a victory.
And, Mark, we do have a change of quarterbacks here to start the second half for Palomar College. Looks like Jacob Harris is out, and KJ Chatham is in. Chatham was the starting quarterback in last week's game for Palomar College, went 21 for 34, threw for 218 yards. So we'll see if he brings the offensive change of pace that Palomar needs to really take control of this game over East LA. And we'll see if the defense can really hold up against whatever he can bring to the table. Bosch lined up in the backfield next to Chatham. Throws left, incomplete. Pass intended for Princeton Anderson. So East LA already bringing a little bit of pressure. It's going to be 2nd and 10 from the Palomar 45. Hoskins goes in motion for an attempt at a jet sweep and a gain of about 4.
You like the fact the defense gets out in the corner quickly, allows him to have to stretch the run, not break up early, and that stops it for a minimum gain.
So quick gain of about 4 yards, going to be 3 and 6 for Palomar College. Furious Hoskins lined up on the near side. Chatham with the snap. Pass to the right side, incomplete and through the hands of Michael Perry Mack.
Pass was there, Albert. I mean, it's something that should have been caught, but every once in a while, it's that just off-timing throw that the receiver can't catch it.
It was right there on the button looking at the replay and just goes right through the hands. I really don't think that Perry Mack kind of centered himself up a bit. It was just off of his shoulder. Palomar kicks it off here. It's going to pin East LA back at about the 15-yard line. Alexander with the catch. So Palomar with a 3 and out to start things off here in the second half, and Huskies will take over on their own 15-yard line. And we'll see if they can get things moving here in the second half, down by 7. They definitely had some bright spots in the first half. Missed their one and only field goal attempt. But definitely got some passing game working for them in that first half. Just couldn't quite bring it all together. Ebnett, handoff, little spin move by Thomas III, rolling to the left. Breaks through 2 tackles and brought down by a third. Looks like the official tackle is going to be made by number 4, Isaiah Strong. Officially no gain on the play due to where the handoff was actually made. So 2nd and 10, a lot of effort for not a whole lot gained by East LA. Ebnett fakes the handoff to Thomas III. Flag flies. We'll see what the ruling is. As of right now, it is at least a loss of 2 on the play for East LA.
And one of the things on that play that you had to look at, that was technically a backward pass too, Albert. So if the receiver doesn't catch it, it is a live football back there. On those, you've got to make sure. It's going to be holding against your Huskies.
So that is going to bring them back even more. So officially it's going to be 3rd and 18. Actually, 2nd and 18. Ebnett. Pass up the middle, wide open, complete to Damari Taylor. Big first down for East LA.
If that pass is a little longer, Mr. Robles,
he could have seen daylight.
He gone.
Running off into the already set sun in the west. 1st and 10 on the Husky 40. And a big-time gain for East LA. We'll see if they can keep it moving. Here's the snap. Pass up the middle and dropped. But a flag flies.
Late flag.
Pass was incomplete to Kamal Jabari. Hit him right in the chest, Mark, but couldn't quite bring it in. We'll see what the ruling on the field is. Pass interference on East LA. And that is not the penalty you want to see if you're a fan of the Huskies. That's going to bring them back. It's a 15-yard penalty.
And if you're a Husky fan, watch the defensive set. They're going to come out. The Comets are going to have 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. Then they will walk up every once in a while as safety with this 3-4.
So 1st and 25. Quick trigger on the pass goes incomplete. Pass was intended for Victor Rodriguez.
And with a traditional 4-3, you know your 4 down linemen, you know you have a Mike back right in the middle. When you run the 3-4, then you have an offset set of linebackers. Who is coming and who is not is something you don't necessarily know. Again, the Comets go with a 3-4. Now see if they walk anybody else up to put pressure on this pass.
2nd and 25 for East LA. They've been doing a really good job of passing the ball. Ebnett lets it fly up the middle. Incomplete yet again. Target was to Kamal Jabari yet again. Actually, sorry, that was to Damari Taylor. He made the big catch earlier, couldn't rein it in that time. Ball hit him right in the chest, but right through the wickets, Mark.
Yeah, again, and that's the thing when you go up, squeeze that thing. You know, it's like a chili dog. Squeeze the bun together so you can get more chili on the meat of the dog. That's what you need to do with a football.
So 3rd and 25. We'll see if East LA lets it fly yet again.
Get a little motion.
And a false start against East LA. It's going to back them up some more. So a 3rd and really long to go.
So 2 beautiful passes here, Albert. You thought something might be positive. Couple setbacks.
And those were some really money passes, but Taylor and Jabari just couldn't quite bring in the pass. Ebnett has been throwing really well today. Ebnett lets it fly up the middle, over the hands of Alexander, and almost into the hands of some of the Comet defenders. That's going to bring us to 4th down, and East LA will elect to punt.
Interesting that the Comets have changed up their defense just a little. Less pressure on the quarterback, more coverage on the backside. Those last passes.
So punt is up and away, and a fair catch called by number 16, Dominic Hawk. And Palomar will take over on the 44-yard line.
Wonderful night here at the stadium. Beautiful outside. The weather is cool. Great time to come watch community college football.
Chatham still in at QB for Palomar College. Lets that one fly to the sidelines. And pass is reined in by number 1, Furious Hoskins. Gain of about 4. So 2nd and 6 for Palomar. Pass is handed off, actually, to Giovanni Hart for a big 1st down and some bonus yardage on the run.
Nice little wiggle move by Giovanni to get through the line.
Handed off yet again to Hart for a gain of about 6. And, East LA, doing a pretty okay job so far defending the run. Chris Bosch so far only has about 23 yards total rushing today, and Giovanni Hart a little over 20 as well. And, you compare that to the massive game that Bosch had last week. Kind of been handcuffed so far today, as Giovanni Hart runs that for another Comet 1st down. So 1st and 10 from the Husky 25. 9.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, and the Comets have something moving so far. Deep pass goes incomplete. Pass was intended for number 8, Vincent Landry, the 4th. And, one person's number who we haven't called so far defensively, Mark, is number 91, David Chukwemeka, who had a big game last week. First game ever playing football in college. He had 5 tackles. 3 for a loss. He was submitted for Defensive Player of the Week. Didn't get it. But, to come on and play college football, having never played the position before, to have that type of game shows just what type of special player he can possibly be, considering he came in to play basketball and tried out for Coach Mosley.
Yeah, interesting backstory from one sport to another.
So he's been kind of held empty all day, but he definitely has been an effective defensive edge. And he's just caught off guard. He was trying to go after Giovanni Hart, but he gets faked out and Chatham has a small gain.
Realize if you're a defensive end, if you're out the outside, the thing is you've got to run up 10 yards straight ahead. You don't crash in, because as soon as you do, you give up the corner. That's what happens on that play.
And that's what I think exactly what happened, Mark. He saw Giovanni Hart, knew that he was going for the run, and just kind of got his eyes a little too settled onto Hart. And we'll see if that is indeed a touchdown for Palomar College. So that pass to Furious Hoskins does find daylight for a touchdown. And Palomar College goes up 13-0 here in the third quarter. About to make it 14-0 pending the extra point. Kick is up and is good. So 14-0 in favor of Palomar College here in the third quarter. Huskies trailing now by those 2 scores. And they're looking to get something going here. They just haven't made it work just yet.
Well, the Comets run a very good surgical strike. Little pass, little run, little cut, little dice, sew up this little wound and that little wound, making it down the field, being very precise with each one of their plays. Good mix of run and pass. And then when the end crashes from the outside, not staying home, the quarterback is smart enough to say, I'll take the ball and run it myself and get a first down.
So Comets about to kick it away. Carson Beard ready to kick things off. Nice deep kick. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So East LA will take over on the 25-yard line. And we'll see if Ebnet and the Husky offense can get things moving. He's definitely found the touch with his arm. They've been able to get things moving on the ground. But can they bring those 2 elements together, Mark?
Well, they've got to get those receivers to, when the ball comes to them, to bring them in and move the offense down the field.
Pass to the left side, targeted to Bozeman, goes right over his head.
Yeah, that's the first non-smooth throw that I've seen from the young man at quarterback.
Looks like he rushed it just a little bit. He definitely had some time to slow things down. Ebnet drops back. Pass complete to Thomas III, but is quickly wrapped up by number 13, Bubba Garcia of Palomar College. Short gain of about 1.
And Albert, now you're watching the Comets bring people in and out, back and forth defensively. They want those fresh legs on the field at all times.
Here's a snap. Ebnet finds his target. It's complete, short of the sticks. Pass was made to Jaden Thomas.
What a nice defensive look by the Comets. They come up with that 3-4. Then you watch a linebacker walk up. Then you see another linebacker crashing from the right side at the same time. Outnumber the offensive players on the line, put pressure on the quarterback.
So Huskies will elect to kick it away. Nice kick. It's going to take a solid Husky bounce. And it's going to pin Palomar to the 21-yard line. So one of the better kicks of the evening here for East LA. We'll see if they can make it work defensively here and quickly get the ball back on their side. 6:38 remaining here in the third quarter. I'm Albert Robles. He's Mark Pavlovich. You're watching Husky football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. And we do thank you for joining us here for tonight's game. Palomar hands it off. And we do have an injured Comet on the field. And that was Logan Kella on the run.
Make sure you stick with Sportsnet through the season. Don't forget, we've got a little saddleback. I almost said salad. I'm looking at your tacos. Saddleback soccer coming up this coming week. Men at 4 o'clock, women at 5:30 right after that game. And then you and I are going to be out there for water polo over at Cypress.
6:30, I think.
6:30?
I believe so, because they got lights.
And then we're at Cypress
Yes.
for a little water polo. That's a doubleheader also.
Yes, sir.
Here all on Sportsnet, USA.net.
At 3 and 4, if I recall correctly.
Albert to bring the sunscreen.
I did get some new stuff. Fake the handoff, pass to the left side, complete. Still seeing daylight and brought down at the 29-yard line. Big first down and then some for Furious Hoskins.
What a touch. What a touch. Loop it up and say to your receiver, go and get the football. Sticks out his hands, catches it on the dead run, and continues for more yardage. Pretty play.
And big-time credit for KJ Chatham to come in the second half, probably a little bit cold, and already making an impact for Palomar. Handoff to Kella, big run. Stumbling, bumbling, loses his helmet, brought down short of the 10. And another first down for the Comets.
If you got the rhythm going, keep it working.
Logan Kella, 6 foot, 205 pounds. So not the biggest person on Palomar's team, but definitely a big body. 5 minutes remaining here in the third. Palomar charging. Pass is intercepted, deflected, and caught by East LA. Big time interception made by Travion Baker, sorry.
And so the defense steps up one more time and gives the offense some life, Albert. And I mean, the defense has played very good football tonight.
Absolutely. So great presence there by Baker. Actually, sorry, by Craddock. And now I get to give Mr. Corey Nayland his props. I thought that it was absolutely Travion Baker, but no, it was Jameer Craddock with the interception. But a fantastic job overall, and we'll see if East LA can really take advantage of a possible momentum shift. Still yet to get on the board.
When in doubt, go to the professor. He'll correct everything for you.
So handoff was made to C.J. Bozeman. Short gain of about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up for East LA.
Fake the dive. Hit the receiver on the dead run.
Bozeman in the backfield behind Ebnett. They hand it off again. Breaks to the left side. Finds a hole. Good for the first down.
So it's interesting. I wonder if the play was changed. I can't tell you it was, but the linebacker walked up on the defensive right-hand side. The quarterback looked at his back and shifted him in a different position. Instead of a pass play, it was a run play where the linebacker should have been.
Yeah, Bozeman just found a nice gap on the left side in the line. Ebnett. Pass up the middle. Blocked away. Good defense by James Coddington. And flags fly close to the line of scrimmage. We'll see what the call is and who it's against.
Well, you know, the Husky fans down in the grandstands wanted to say, didn't you see that arm just reach around the receiver's waist? Corey Nealon behind me says, no,
Pass
no.
interference against East LA. That's going to back them up.
That's the second one tonight.
So an unfortunate penalty. It's going to bring East LA back 15 yards.
And I can tell you, I didn't see a penalty on either player. It might have been a push-off at the last second by the receiver for East LA. Just to get a little separation.
Ebnett, plenty of time. Pass up the middle. Complete to Jonathan Alexander.
You watch that play, a great check down by the quarterback. You could see him going out to the left, wasn't there. He looks back in the middle, wasn't there. Glances to the right, wasn't there. He takes the check down right across the line of scrimmage for yardage instead of anything for a loss.
Short gain of about 4. Now 3rd and 20 for East LA. 2.5 minutes left here in the third. Ebnett drops back, lets it fly to the right side. No flag called, as clearly a receiver for East LA was held up, as he would have been the intended target. That's Kamal Jabari, who was clearly held up.
You know, I just looked at the professor, Mr. Nayland, behind me and said, what's the deal? And Corey threw up both hands and goes, I don't understand why there was no flag.
There
should
have
have
been.
Blatant. That's our official in the booth, Mr. Corey Nayland.
So now it's 3rd and 20. I guess there was some miscommunication between the down marker and the scoreboard, but still 2.5 minutes remain. Ebnett lets it fly to the right. It's complete! Big time completion to Damari Taylor. Can he go all the way? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Huskies! Damari Taylor with the catch of the day so far for East LA. There was a flag on the play, but it's going against Palomar.
Yeah. And Albert, give it to your quarterback who steps up into pressure and still has enough to get oomph on the football to make it a completed pass.
So the call was roughing the passer, but he gets the ball out anyway. So A big-time touchdown for East LA. 14-6 our score, pending the extra point.
And now, if you're a Husky fan, don't turn it off yet, because they just got themselves back into this game.
And flags fly.
Thought I saw a little jump.
Little false start there by East LA.
Now, I'm going to say the Comets. Am I wrong? Oh.
One of the rare times I'd say that you're wrong.
Oh, thank you, Albert.
Usually right.
Thank you, Albert. I appreciate that. At my age, I need those compliments.
At this distance, it's hard. I understand. It's hard. So that's going to back up East LA a little bit for the extra point. And more flags fly. And East LA will be backed up some more. Because that's what you want to have happen in this scenario.
That's true. So they're going to spot it at the 21. You add on 10 for the end zone. This is a 31-yard attempt. Well, let's make it 31 and a half just for fun. Waiting for the referee to start the clock. Line judge gets out of the way.
Here's a snap. Kick is up and blocked. No good. So Huskies unable to bring themselves within 7, 14-6 our score. Still theoretically a one-score game though, Mark.
Yeah, and really the emotional aspect of it for this team should be at a high. Looked like they were going to work their way backwards. They come back. Quarterback steps up at the right time. And then the receiver makes sure out of all the passes that have been close, I'm not going to drop this one. And then what's he do? Runs it in. Executed the way it should be. That was a pretty picture. And it was one of the best that East LA has had tonight. The Huskies back in the game. The Comets looked like they were getting ready to say, good night, second half owns us. Your LA Huskies, East LA Huskies said, thank you, no thank you.
And, KJ Chatham, he was really kind of working things, but off the interception, East LA came back on a drive and put one in the end zone. 2:17 remaining here in the third. So they're getting ready to kick things off here to the Comets.
Oh, so I missed a flag. That's why your Huskies are kicking off from the 50.
Kick is up. It's 13 with the catch, brought down at about the 17-yard line. So Mark, the reason why they were kicking a little shorter was that was where the roughing the passer call was assessed.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Handoff. Solid gain for the Comets. That was number 23, Andrew Muirhead, with the run, as he's now getting some action for Palomar. Chatham still in the game for the Comets. Hand it off yet again to Muirhead. He's going to get the first down and some more. Can't get to the sidelines. Brought down by number 19 for East LA. That's Travion Baker. So 1st and 10 from the 37. Chatham hands it off yet again. Muirhead bounces off some defenders, able to make some positive gains. Gain of about 3.
So if you're the Huskies, dive play, dive play, dive play. Get ready to watch that guy take off running down the middle and look for the pass. Pick it off, take it back yourself, and get within 1.
Hand it off yet again. Breaks one tackle, met by a pack of Huskies. That's going to go for a loss. That was Muirhead with the run. And number 10 with the tackle, Justin Wyrick.
Wyrick makes a textbook play on the edge. Hold the corner, hold the corner. When he gets an opportunity, he goes down low to make a clean tackle instead of hitting anybody up high or grabbing someone.
So zeros are now on the board, and that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll switch sides as the 4th quarter is about to get underway. We'll see if East LA can pull a rabbit out of the hat and come away with a victory here, but they need to make things happen on the field first.
Well, you scared me when you said we're switching sides. I thought I'm too old to walk down these stairs and carry equipment up on the other side. I was going to look at the young man next to me and say, here, camera's yours. Grab that. And by the way, if I fall, you walk in front of me so you catch me.
I would greatly love that help because I'm the talent now. You know, let someone else carry the baggage from now on.
You know, I was talent yesterday at a soccer game. Look at the professors back there saying, you know, if I had a Barca lounge here, I would be very comfortable right about now. You guys.
He looks pretty content right now.
We'd have to carry him down the stairs.
No, I'm good.
Albert, you look at this Husky team. You have to be excited about the way they played tonight. You really do, as a fan, have to say, boy, I tell you what, this is exciting football, and my team is starting to look really, really good.
They've played well today. They just need that little something. Chatham, complete. Gain of about 5. Looks like that was complete to Michael Perry Mack. Gain of about 6. Still going to take us to 4th down, so Palomar will punt it away. Kick is up. And East LA is just going to let it fall and bounce. Maybe a little confusion there.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Albert. I think it was, hey, do you have it? I don't got it. Let's let it hit the ground and not fumble it.
So there is a flag on the play. So the white hat going to speak with his crew, see what the call on the field is. As we have one marker at about the 20-yard line and another at about the 22-yard line. Looks like it's gonna go against Palomar.
Well, they're going over to talk to the Comets.
So I haven't seen any indication yet. Oh, here we go. So 12 men on the field for East LA, and that is an automatic first down for Palomar College. And that is a salt on the wound type of penalty. You do what you needed to do defensively, and then it costs you. So 1st and 10 on the 48. Palomar ball, Chatham. Fakes the handoff, complete to number 17. Takes it to the opposing 48. Now it's Princeton Anderson with the catch. 2nd and 7 coming up for Palomar.
And again, great one-on-one tackle when you look out there in the corner to make that saving grace tackle, so very minimum gain.
Chatham rolls right, throws complete to Furious Hoskins. It's going to be just short of the first down. 3rd and 2.
Hot hands for Haskins.
They hand it off. And they bring him down just short of the first down. Handoff was made to number 34, Jaden Eddy.
Run blitz.
It's going to be 4th and short.
As the defense has a run blitz, they hit the middle, they plug every gap. Let's see what they do right here. I'm going to say now with 12-13 to go, this could be the game.
Anderson in motion, hand it off. Pass up the middle is good enough for the first down and then some. That was Chris Bosch with the rush. Takes it to the Husky 30.
And again, the defense goes with a run blitz. What you do if you're Bosch, you hit the line, but you veer away from the run blitz. Once you get that first crack in the hole, see a little daylight, then you accelerate like he did to get that first down.
And an injured Husky on the field. That's number 14, Nazar Reed. And he's up and walking off under his own power. Really nice turnout here tonight at Weingart Stadium for tonight's game. Chatham gets it. Snap. keeps it himself, runs up the middle, breaks a tackle, goes up the left side, flags fly. Holding against the offense. So that's going to back up the Comets a nice 15 yards. So we'll see if East LA is able to capitalize on that penalty. First and 20 coming up. They hand it off to the big man, number 34, Jaden Eddy. Eddy, 6 foot, 195. A little 8-yard gain, 2nd and 12. Chatham hands it off yet again to Eddy. Short gain of about 3. So another Husky will come off the field as his helmet came off during the play. That's number 15, Roberto Ceballos. Third and 6. Chatham. Hit big time by number 91. First time we've called his name tonight, David Chukwemeka. Forces an incompletion and a 4th down for Palomar.
So we're going to spot the ball at the 34. You add 10, it is a 44-yard attempt.
Carson Beard lining up for the kick for Palomar. Kick is up. Has the distance. Off the uprights. No good. So a doink keeps East LA within reach.
I thought a doink was a character in.
So with 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter, Saddleback now leads Citrus College 45-28. And East LA will take over here on the 27-yard line with 9 minutes, 36 seconds remaining here in the 4th. Backwards pass to Thomas III, immediately swallowed up by the Comets.
And on that play, you need to be able to freeze the defense in some manner. You get only one person running out there. Your quarterback immediately shifts his feet and looks at him. Unless he's a magician, he's going to throw him the football.
Ebnett lets it fly to the left side. That's complete. Looked like they're going to mark him just short of the 1st down. I thought he was beyond the sticks. We'll check that out on the replay here. So sticks are at the 37. And Mark, it looks to me like he got there, but they're going to mark him just short.
I agree with Albert. I thought he was there also.
So 3rd and short. They hand it off, immediately swallowed up, but no, he breaks the tackle and then gets swallowed up by the Comets. So Thomas III unable to make a play happen to convert on third down. 4th and 2 coming up. What do you do now if you're East LA? Well, if you're Coach Godinez, you say, well, with our field position and our ability to convert, let's just kick it off and try again. And the Husky faithful here do not like this call. They would rather see them go for it. Kick is up. And reined in by number 16. He's break free past the 50 and is brought down at the 37. That was Dominic Hawk with the return, and it was a big one for Palomar. 7:24 remaining.
Albert, missed tackle. Missed tackle is what had happened. That's why he got down there. They had him easily there, and then a couple missed tackles. And if you go back to that last offensive play, not saying anything about the coaches, but I've never understood why you're in a shotgun formation on a 3rd down and 1, and you give the ball to a running back 4 yards deep. I've never understood that.
It just makes the play that much more difficult. 1st and 10 for the Comets. Chatham hands it off to Bosch. Breaks free up the middle, just shy of the 1st down. So Bosch showing off those powerful legs and making things happen for Palomar. And we have an injured Comet on the field. Athletic team quick to attend the injured player.
Well, we know Fullerton was behind Ventura in their game. We just heard that Saddleback's in front of their game. Few games out there, Albert.
And in that game between Fullerton and Ventura, they're just underway in the 4th quarter. And our score is 38-35 in favor of Ventura. So really tight game there. An injured player was Jaden Luckett for Palomar College. He's up and limping and favoring that right leg just a little bit. So minimal assistance for that player. And Mount Sac leading San Diego Mesa 14-10 with 8 minutes to go in the 4th. Second and 3 for the Comets. Chatham hands it off. That's Bosch. 1st down. So Bosch will move the sticks yet again for the Comets. First and 10. Chatham lets it fly. Furious Hoskins with the catch and a 1st down. Actually going to be just shy of the 1st down, so it's going to be 2nd and short for Palomar College. Little over 6 minutes left here in the game. East LA still has a chance, but they need a stop. Pass is handed off to Giovanni Hart and brought down just shy of the sticks. 3rd down. Chatham lined up in the shotgun formation. And another handoff to Bosch. Gets the 1st down and some bonus yards. Brought down at about the 10. Little over 5 minutes remaining here in the game. Palomar charging down the field. They're in the red zone. Another handoff. This time to number 23, Andrew Muirhead. Short gain of about 2. So 2nd and 8 coming up. They are on the 9-yard line. So they can still get another first down here. Hoskins in motion, flag flies. Hoskins knocked short of the goal line. We'll see what the penalty on the play is. It might bring things back. False start on Palomar. Or rather, I think it was a legal formation with the runner in motion. Probably didn't get set in time. That's going to back up Palomar. Four minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Palomar leading East LA 14-6. Both teams have all of their timeouts. And Chatham doing a really good job at QB here in the second half for Palomar, looking to get in the end zone at least one more time.
He said something about the game clock. So now we have a timeout on the field. So did they signal that timeout towards Palomar? No?
Hard to say here. Unfortunately, the systems aren't in place for the officials to have the microphones go through the speakers. Otherwise, we'd know every time. But alas, that is not the case.
Well, he might have accidentally hit his mute button and, you know, like many of us go.
Nah, it doesn't work here,
Okay.
unfortunately. I've asked. But when Weingart Stadium gets that much-needed refurb, which I believe is coming soon, right, Serwin? Weingart's refurb, eventually? Yeah. Chatham throws to the end zone. Incomplete. So yeah, Serwin says it's in the plans, in the books. Probably going to get the new gym first before Weingart gets anything upgraded.
Corey Nail will have to come up with his basketball and play in the new gym up here one day.
3rd and 14 for Palomar.
Big third down play.
Chatham lined up in the shotgun. He'll pass incomplete. Complete. That's to number 81, Micah Johnson. It's going to bring us to 4th down. And the kicking team's going to come on the field. They're going to go for a field goal. Just under 3.5 minutes remaining. We'll see if Carson Beard can put it through the uprights. Last attempt was doinked off the posts, and this one is good. 17-6 our score, 11-point lead in favor of Palomar College. Two-score game with 3 minutes remaining.
And again, when you look at the score tomorrow, if it ends up being this, don't look at it and say, not again. Your team is improving every game they play. And again, this time, maybe one or two plays, outcome's different when you look at East LA tonight.
Eliminate the penalties altogether.
Yep.
And you have a much different game tonally.
The coaching staff, the young men that are coming here, the recruits that are down in the stands watching should say, you know what? Maybe this is the place I want to play. We know the players on the field feel that way. We know the fans feel that way.
Kick is off and into the end zone for a touchback. And you know, Mark, this Husky team last week only had 3 penalties all game.
We got what tonight?
And tonight, we had 12. 12 penalties for 102 yards.
And you can honestly say a couple of them at the wrong time.
Absolutely. Like 2 of those illegal man downfield.
Yep.
Hurtful. There's a pass interference once, a holding call once.
12 men on the field on
And that one was really hurtful. That cost them a possession.
Spread offense. Now, let's see if they can go and get something.
Ebnett lets it fly. He's got Alexander. Alexander at the 20, at the 10. Knocked down out of bounds at the 5, and flag flies. .255 left on the clock, and Huskies in the red zone with a perfect scoring opportunity. Face mask called against Palomar. So that is going to bring up East LA even closer to the end zone. So 1st and 10 from the 3. Did he get it to the sticks? No, just short. Thomas III thought he had it. He didn't. Line judge was right there. Had the perfect line of sight.
Now I'm ready. We'll score a touchdown.
2nd and 1 from the 1. They hand it off. It's Thomas III. Up the middle to the left. In the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. Mark Pavlovich just getting the shot.
Just is the magical word.
Yeah, he got it. 17-12 our score, pending the point after.
Going for 2, Albert.
Oh, they are going for 2. Let's see if they can make it happen. They fumble the snap. They aren't going to convert. So still a 1-score game. 2:19 remaining here in the 4th quarter. So Palomar about to receive after the East LA touchdown. Unable to convert both their point after and the 2-point conversion. That conversion would at least brought them within a field goal chance. Now they have to score a touchdown to win.
And Albert, if we go back to that pass play that you just called, 71-yard pass play. And that's something we have talked about them with the pass attack tonight. Good balanced offense by East LA, and that was a great pass play. And I thought for a second I missed the first initial touchdown because I got caught up into watching the play.
That happens to the best of us. Sometimes you just get faked out, can't quite see where it's at.
Oh, no, I was like Professor Nailing. I was watching what was going on in the field. Forgot who I was supposed to be. Thank you, East LA, for making sure I didn't miss that one and I got the other one. Thank you. Thanks, Coach. I know you did that on purpose for me.
So Zachary Abraham lines up for the kick, and he'll squib it. Ball's going to bounce out at the 30, and a flag on the field.
Excellent squib kick. It rolled out there. You know, you ever been out there where it's got the last batch of cookies and somebody says, hey, anybody want a chocolate chip? And they throw it on the table, and everybody sort of says, me, me. None of us touch it because the little kid sitting on the floor has a drop into his lap. That's what happened on the sidelines. Ooh, offsetting penalties. So we do it again.
So that could be a nice little break here for East LA. We'll see if they go again with the squib kick or try something different.
So, once again, deja vu. Let's get this one. I like the coach.
So I believe that's Dominic Hawk lined up to receive in the backfield for Palomar. And a little more of a pooch kick this time. Hawk has it. Just avoids the tackle from number 19, Travion Baker. But a really short return. And I'd consider that a win for East LA. Really kept him from getting things moving. As Hawk has had some decent returns tonight.
Albert, look at it this way. You've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout. If the defense can step up big, you're going to get the ball back and have a chance to win this football game.
And the defense has come through quite a few times here tonight. And really those 2 touchdowns from Palomar, they just kind of came on like, where did that come from? Touchdown passes up the middle.
Yeah, let's see if Palomar plays, you got to beat us, or if they're going to say, we're going to close this game out.
Bosch lined up. They hand it off. Bosch takes it, gets tripped up, knocked down at the 39. Clock is still running. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute timeout. So this game not out of reach yet for East LA. They really need to make 2 great stops.
Yeah, a little surprised they didn't call a timeout before the 2-minute timeout, because I let 14 seconds run off the clock, and I know everybody's going to say 14 seconds. What can you do in 14 seconds? Win a football game.
Yeah. And, like 2 years ago was the last time, Bobby Godinez actually coached. This is his first year under the 2-minute timeout. So I don't think he knew really what to do with it. Or maybe he did. Maybe this is all part of the grand strategy.
It could be the master plan. They could be saying over the booth, hey, we're tired of the old guy telling us, we're going to show him this is how you win a football game. Okay, I'll tell you what. Why don't we have the Comets try to throw one in the flat, we pick it off, go the entire way, and win the game? I like that outcome.
So Furious lined up on the near side. Bosch lined up next to Chatham. Hoskins in motion. They hand it off to Bosch. Brought down just past the line of scrimmage. Short gain of about 1. That was number 19 on the tackle, Travion Baker. He's come through with some clutch tackles here tonight. It's 3rd and 4. 1:54 left on the clock.
This is the game.
Huskies did take their timeout, so they have 2 remaining. If they can get a stop here, they do have a chance, but you have to get in the end zone, and you have to get the ball back. Flags fly. Crowd thinks that Palomar jumped first.
They didn't set the start,
Looks like
did
they're
they?
picking it up, so it looks like they weren't quite ready yet. So 1:54 on the clock.
So what the White Hat is saying, we didn't set the play to start. The line judges are saying we thought the play was set. The White Hat saying I didn't set the play, therefore it can't start because of that.
So crowd definitely upset at that one, saying, hey, we had that. What gives?
Yeah, and the way I understand it, it should have been, he should have thrown up both hands after blowing his whistle saying the play stops so nobody accidentally gets hurt. He was very indecisive, and he's trying to tell the coach across the way, your coaches are trying to get an explanation. But what's sad about this is neither of the referees down there, not one of the ones that are down there with him, are saying, yeah, this is what happened. And if I was East LA, I'd be very upset right about now because I'd say, no, I didn't see you say that. That's what he's trying to explain. They've got to get set to go. But when this official calls it, then the White Hat goes black and will blow his whistle. Game is supposed to play on. Still think he's wrong. There, plays on. They jump, it's a foul.
And what's going on now? Ball was set. Whistle was blown. Okay, here we go. 3rd and 4, 1:54 remaining. East LA needs a stop. Chatham in the shotgun. They hand it off to Bosch. And he gets stuffed by a pack of Huskies. No gain, or short gain of 2. It's going to force a 4th down.
Mr. Nalen, you
And a
punted?
timeout called by East LA. 1 timeout remaining for the Huskies.
Okay. Looked at the professor behind me. I know him and I disagree on plays like this. In my case, Albert, right now, I got a 5-point lead. Field goal means nothing. Albert saying, Mark, watch the game. I'm too excited right now. See, you shouldn't have invited me. East LA Husky fan. Okay, there's timeout. See, I didn't miss it. We're good.
So 1:48 remaining.
So I take a different mindset than Mr. Nalen, who's standing behind us. I go for it. 5 points. I'm not going to necessarily worry about you making a short field or a long field. I'm going to make you
Make
lose
the touchdown?
game right now, and I'm going to go for the play. I think the Comets, if they're that good, need to prove it right now.
And I do think it was also a good timeout for Bobby Godinez to take right now.
Oh, yeah.
With the yardage that is currently left, for Palomar to gain for a first down. You don't want another heartbreak penalty of 12 men on the field to gain them that little yardage and give them that automatic first down. So if you're East LA, don't do anything stupid. Kick is up. It's going to go to the sidelines and out of bounds. So the clock will stop at 1 minute and 40 seconds. We'll see where East LA will take over. And they're going to take over at the 35.
Well, Albert, thanks for inviting Corey and I up here for a very, very entertaining community college football game tonight.
Did I invite you? You guys just kind of showed up. No, it's always a pleasure having you guys around, and I'm very grateful for you guys to join us here tonight for what has been a very exciting game. But the game is not over yet. East LA still has 1 minute and 40 on the clock with a timeout remaining. Can they make some magic happen? Here's the snap. Ebnett finds his target, throws downfield, and it is intercepted by Palomar. The target was Jaden Thomas. It went through his hands, and East LA turns it over. And that is as heartbreaking of an end to what has been an okay played game by East LA. I applaud the effort to throw it down like that. Thomas should have had it in. And East LA, they had time to, try something a little bit shorter. I don't really think they needed to air it out like that, just like that. But, props to Palomar. That's probably the best defensive coverage they've had on a wide receiver all night on East LA.
Yeah.
So it probably went off the hands of Jaden Thomas and tipped by a Palomar defender and into another cornerback's hands. So East LA will take their final timeout. Palomar still has all of theirs. There's still 1:26 left on the clock. There's still a lot that can happen, but really not a lot that can happen.
Well, let me tell a quick story. Playoff games. Mr. Nalen and I are with. Fullerton College should be losing. He's so upset, he left the booth while we were on the air. And what happened? A fumble ensued. Fullerton got the ball back, and we went into overtime. True story.
So we'll see how this game ends here. But odds are our score will end up being as is with 17-12. Our final score, Palomar lined up in victory formation. And I think that pretty much will do it. There's 30 seconds left on the play clock and 1:07 on the game clock.
And that's the last time out by East LA. I know I saw an SCFA official up here. Oh, he left? Oh, naturally.
He was in the booth next door. So we're getting some corrections here. So it is 3rd and 10, and there should be 1:25 left on the game clock. So lots of confusion here. Now the game clock is running. But you guess it's supposed to be. The ball has now been set. So 3rd and 12, just under a minute. And timeout called by Palomar. This part of the game taking longer than the last 2 minutes of basketball, Mark.
Yeah, exactly. Well, at least that the coaches are limited to timeouts, not like in basketball. We're 12 timeouts later. You've already just done 15 seconds.
I mean, it's not basketball if the final 2 minutes doesn't take 2 hours to play. And, of course, we've seen some exciting games.
Yeah, we have.
Over at the men's gymnasium here at East LA. Last year, of course, was a famous game where the wire snapped on the backboard.
What? Now they're going to go talk to each other again. As the clock is running. The clock was running.
So
I don't know how much time.
Yeah, the clock was running.
No, they took it back to 45.
So now we have a delay game because I guess the play clock was also running at some point in time. So that's going to back up Palomar a bit. So now it should be 3rd and 17. And like this game should be over now, but it's just not. It's just refusing to end. Be really interesting to see or hear what the thought process is with the head coach for Palomar, because I certainly don't know what he's thinking. And I don't exactly have a Bill Belichick football acumen to even begin to comprehend what that head coach could be thinking.
9:44 to go in the Fullerton game. Ventura 45, Fullerton 42. I don't know, Brian Crook's defense giving up a lot of points up there in Ventura.
Well, Cerritos is leading Moore Park 23-0. So according to Serwin Haynes over on my right shoulder, there have been some changes to the clock rules. I am not privy to what those changes are. But for a game that has been, I would say, you know, fairly officiated, really haven't been a whole lot of confusion or mishaps by this officiating team up until this last minute and a half of play. Sure, there were a few questionable calls here and there as we hear.
We agree with the lady down in the grandstands telling the referees to get it together. We agree with her.
Like, it shouldn't be this hard. Like, I understand that officiating is not easy. It is hard. But this should not be that hard.
No. And there shouldn't be this overextended conversations. You know, I think somebody looked at their phone and realized it's a 2.5-hour drive to get home and said, you know, if we stay here for another 30 minutes, we're fine.
You know, there is a closure on the 605.
There you go. Albert's got it. Freeway cover-up. That's what we'll call the game.
So I can hear some shouting coming through the tunnels here of some game clock corrections. So 20 on the game clock because of the penalty, and there should be 45 seconds on the game clock. Lots of shouting and confusion, and somehow we are doing our best to make sense of it. Just everything's happening all around me, and I'm just listening to all the details, folks, but we do appreciate you staying with us for what has been a very eventful but non-eventful final minute and a half of play.
I tell you. We gonna get pancakes on the way home?
I mean, Saddleback ended their game 45-28, so I'd be curious to see if Ed Ford is listening to this game and see what's kind of going on here.
You know, Ed,
we apologize for any details. I'm trying to cover up my mic from any other audio that can be seen because it has been a very frustrating final fourth half, and I can understand the frustration of Sermon D. Haynes, the SID here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, doing his best to make things happen with, you know, the people who operate the clocks here. But, you know, I'm sure there will be some instructions and corrections
and Albert,
made here.
There's no real explanation for us up here why this is happening, which makes it more difficult.
So, you know, we are right there with you for those of us, you know, watching at home. We do appreciate you sticking with us this far because we are just as confused as you. We do not blame you at all. So 45 seconds is officially on the game clock. So it's now third down. There's 12 seconds to go on the play clock. So should there be enough time for there to be like a potential play for East LA? I think like it should be over.
Yeah, it should be. And here the officials are talking to each other why this is going on, which is the other thing I don't understand right now.
And, you know, Coach Godin, as you can see him on the lower right portion of your screen right now, he's just as infuriated as anybody can be for as calm of demeanor he's currently portraying. But I can tell he is annoyed.
And guys, the clock hit 0. The officials have not said the game is over. They're talking. We're confused up here, and just understand, because everybody up here, the people that know what's going on in all their sports at this school, unfortunately, the officiating group should be helping them with a little more love than they're getting right now.
So they have put time back onto the clock. There's now 43 seconds on the
43.
game clock.
I know what I'm talking about.
Game 40, play. 3 seconds are going to be when they're going to call the timeout.
That should be at 40, yeah. It should be at 40.
No, it should be at 40. Yeah, it should be at 40. Yeah, it should be at 40.
And I love everybody's hanging around because everybody's just curious to see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that murder mystery that you watch on TV, and you just know at the end that Angela Lansbury is going to come up here into the booth and say, "It's your fault. Game over." Ah.
So now we're hearing 5 seconds on the game clock.
Is the clock going to move on the snap?
No, they should wind the clock.
We are as confused
Without
as
anything
you
happening.
guys,
They
folks.
should wind the clock.
Yes, I'm about to say now. That is the opposite because it was 45 when the clock got set. He waits at least.
And I'm sure the comments are saying, this is deja vu. Every time we do something, you take it back to 45 seconds. What's the deal?
If they are. Yeah.
Oh, is he here? And he's as old as me, so he's losing time too.
This has probably been
You should
the
text
most
Ryan and tell
interesting
Ryan
end to a
what's
game
going
I have
on.
ever seen. It is.
Wait a minute. Is this game going to end? Is that what you're telling me?
It's supposed to.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like at some point today. It's not exactly like we're in a rain delay. And this is the turf field. So like if the clock is correct, like if it is indeed 4th down with 45 seconds on the clock, Palomar has to punt. Like they have to punt.
Yeah, but see, what I'm arguing, if I'm the Palomar, if I'm the Comets, that time on the clock is not correct. That's what I would argue.
Yeah.
That's what I would argue. You reset it to 45 arbitrarily.
At least one. Because it was 45 when he snapped the ball.
Let me walk out here to midfield and have everybody anticipate that they can leave. Nope, not yet.
No, the ref on that, I know both on that side. He's saying it was 45 seconds when he snapped the ball last time. Why is it still at 45 seconds?
And you know, Mark, I'm surprised the crowd is as calm as they are right now.
Well, you know what? When we look at some of the scores that went around, Albert, maybe you can give a quick update.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because
Yeah.
you got another hour and a half to give us scores.
I mean, it's I seem to have like another 45 seconds added up here and there, but some scores across the 3C2A. San Francisco victorious over Sequoias 24-21 final. Golden West defeats Riverside 42-35. San Mateo 24-7 over Reedley. Sac City defeats San Jose 31-27. Feather River 54-6 over Gavilan. Los Medanos beats Coalinga College 41-20. Siskiyou 46-7 over Merced. Chabot over Cabrillo College 20-15 final in favor of Chabot. Modesto defeats Santa Rosa 27-20. De Anza over Contra Costa College. That was a shutout, 31-0 for De Anza College. San Joaquin Delta with a 30-point victory over Hartnell. Final score 44-14. Mount San Jacinto 52-20 final over the Vikings of Long Beach City College. Apparently, it's just the start of the fourth quarter over at Victor Valley, but Victor Valley currently leading Ellie Pierce 49-7. Diablo Valley defeats American River 44-30. Fresno City 41-38 over Sierra. Allen Hancock playing at Bakersfield College. Bakersfield taking away the victory 33-7 final. Chaffey College leads Santa Ana 38-9 with a minute left in the fourth quarter. Antelope Valley defeats West LA 52-35. And we're back to this one here. There's 3.6 seconds on the clock. So Palomar will punt, and East LA
Take your safety.
yeah, they'll just take the safety, and that is how this game will end. So smart move there by Palomar to just take the safety, not kick it off. Why risk a possible miracle touchdown return when you could just give up the 2 points and have a 3-point victory? So after much confusion on the field with the game clock and possessions, the officiating crew eventually, I guess, gets it correct. But this game is officially over, 17-14 final in favor of the visiting Comets of Palomar College over your East Los Angeles College Huskies. Next game for us here at sportsnetusa.net, you can catch us this coming Tuesday. We'll be at Saddleback College for some soccer. That'll be a doubleheader for the Bobcats versus Santa Barbara College. And then on Wednesday, we'll have some Cypress College water polo. That'll be a doubleheader for both the men and the women. They'll be playing at 3 and 4 respectively. And, of course, you can catch those games right here on sportsnetusa.net. And next game for East LA on sportsnetusa.net will be on the 20th of September. That game, a 6 p.m. kickoff versus the Hornets of Fullerton College. And, Mark, I know you will be there for that game here with us, so that'll be a fun one to look at. But that'll do it for us here today. I'm Albert Robles. He's been Mark Pavlovich. You've been watching Husky football right here on sportsnetusa.net.